I believe the animals are rabid, not rapid.
It's supposed to be rapid.
Spell check.
It's not supposed to be fast. It's supposed to be sick.
That's probably fast too.
Well, see, rapid wouldn't pick up on a spell check.
No, it would not. There's a lot of things that's going to pick up on a spell check, so you must read very carefully.
So you're all educated now?
Well, I have actually found where, in discussions I can put stuff that they told us on here. I'm like, well, yeah, we could do that according to this, or no, we're not supposed to do that because according to this we can. I was actually able to use the woman's quote, we should have our nose in but our hands off. I was actually able to use that in a conversation.
Rebecca, will you grab me one? Rebecca, will you grab me one?
And I think I even gave you the one I didn't drink of.
I'm sorry? He asked to. He said he would, so that was that.
How are you?
Hiya.
I was like, what are you talking about?
I thought, gee, this section says match up.
No worries. He's missing a very key part to his June 16th piece. Provided traffic control for town car show and damaged the participants' car.
Ice cream truck? Ice cream truck?
Yeah. Did you have to say that?
Thanks, Casey. You have crazy contract. He's on it. I'm one of those.
You couldn't hit the damn guy laying on the ground. Thank you, Jim.
I went to the river.
Too quick from Australia.
Oh, nuts that
And I went and it was lovely. Oh, Billy Schwartz.
way.
You know, really good. Yeah. Because I was going to go on.
Yeah, they're good. Oh, yeah.
This tells me about you when I'm not sitting on the dog. There's so much hot looking going on around us. I gotta leave or he moves me forward. It was a little better this year.
It's very, the amount of weed that's smoked out of that place. And the next day was morning, I said, "Hey, that was my name." And I sprained my ankle that morning, so I worked all day on a sprained ankle. Mayhem.
We only got 30 seconds.
Last year's one of the shows at the
Golf
beach.
ball,
People live and show.
Look at my ankle after, look at how swollen it is, but it's after my ankle. And that was, yeah, that was 2 days later. Oh, it's a great time, supposed to be on pressure for 2 weeks. And I'm trying to make it work. I got a track on Sunday, and I'm hoping to be able to run it, but right now I can't.
All right, just got 8, 10 seconds.
Try to. I've done one.
Oh, look at that was good. USA won the
Yes. The swimming part's the hard part for me. Swimming is.
Okay, I'd like to call this meeting to order. Unfortunately, it looks like Troop 1882 is not here. I'm not sure why, but we'll go ahead and say the Pledge of Allegiance to the flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
kind of change things up a little bit. On citizens' time, of course, we're going to give the opportunity right now, but also, before we go into executive session, another opportunity to go into citizens' time if there's been any comments that someone would like to make. So we'll open the floor to citizens' time. If anybody would like to come up.
Can you call the order first?
Sorry. Roll call. Sorry. Apology. Here.
Ware. Harris.
Here.
Lee.
Here.
Scarborough.
Here.
Kenworthy.
Here.
Tobias.
Yep.
Okay. Citizens' time. Sorry.
My name is Ken Larson, 6752 Jefferson Street. I wanted to address the council and make them aware of a pleasant experience that I had with the Haymarket Police Squad. The other day, I left my lights on, and while on patrol, Officer Schaefer, patrolling the neighborhood, I noticed that they were on and stopped by my house to notify me to turn them off. I'd like to make note that I know most of the Haymarket town staff, either personally or through the ARB, but I've never personally met Officer Schaefer, and I do not believe he knows me. I believe this was done randomly, above his responsibilities, and I believe this good deed should be noted and recorded so that it could be useful towards a performance review later. That's all I have.
Great.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Mr. Mayor, members of the Town Council, my name is Jim Smith. I live at 6937 Jockey Club Lane. I've approached just about all of you, I think with the exception of Ms. Scarborough, about the old firehouse building and the effort afoot to... See? It's perfect timing.
It's good. Real good.
I've approached each of you about the possibility of converting the old firehouse into a community center for the town of Haymarket. As you're probably aware, a few weeks ago, Prince William County issued a request for information or request for interest on ideas of what to do with that building. So several factions, if you will, started looking at that, and we want to make it a community center. But since I've spoken with each of you, we've actually had another meeting, a side meeting, and instead of putting the town in a compromising position to have to choose between different organizations that are all aiming for the same thing, what we've decided to do is form a coalition, if you will, led by U.S. STEM, also with the Rotans, the Food Pantry, and a few other organizations. And we're going to put together a packet to go to the county asking that they convert that to a community center for the town of Haymarket. So that package is due on the 17th of August. Efforts are underway now. As I said, U.S. STEM will take the lead on that and actually do the packet, but there will be an appendix, if you will, from each of the organizations that are taking part to attach to that. And it would be a really good idea if the town of Haymarket would be in support of that and issue a resolution or whatever the correct terminology is for that. It sure would be a good thing. One of the things in doing a lot of research on this, we discovered in 1946, I believe, was when that was built. So it served this community for about 66 years. It's kind of been dormant now for about 10, 15 plus years. Just think about the great things that we could do by bringing that building back to life, okay, for the community. So we just wanted to make you aware. I wanted to make sure that I clarified, having spoken with most of you, just to kind of get you up to date on what's happening. So, any questions? I'll be happy to answer them. Got great drawings too, if anybody wants to see them.
Thank you. Go ahead.
I'm Charles Stewart. I'm the pastor of Haymarket Baptist Church, not a resident of the town, but pastor of the church just down the road. And I understand that tonight y'all are going to be talking about some of the things we've all been talking about for a while. And just wanted to say a word of encouragement. We hope that things will come to a good, positive resolution. I know it's a lot of work. I've sat in on a couple of meetings along the way. I don't understand half of what all goes on, so I haven't been involved in a lot of those things, but I've sat in with Gene and with Holly on several meetings along the way. And we're just anxious to move forward and to move forward with our projects, and know that you are as well, and looking forward to all of us getting our projects done and carrying them out in a good, positive fashion, both for the sake of the welfare of the community and for the welfare of the church. So just wanted you to know that we're thinking about you and praying for you and hoping for a good resolution to all of this as well tonight. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Any other citizens? Okay, we'll move on to the minutes. Do I have a motion?
I make a motion we approve the minutes of June 4th, 2012.
And a second? I'll second that. Any discussion? Okay, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. That was for June 4th? Mm-hmm. Okay. And then for June 18th?
I make a motion to approve the minutes for the town council special meeting, June 18, 2012.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay. All right. We want to our department reports. Mr. Lowry is not here. I think we all had his report. Police report. How you doing, sir?
Good, how are y'all?
Great.
I'm filling in for Chief Root tonight.
Okay, do we have any questions for Deputy Chief Breeden?
Is Jim on vacation or sick or?
Yeah, he's got something going on at the hospital. I don't know what it is, but
All right. I think if we don't have any other questions, sir, we thank you for your time.
thank you.
Okay. James, treasury report? Good evening.
You have both the handout and what was then included in the normal packet?
Any questions for James? Council's Vice, we're all good?
I have no questions.
Great. So we thank you for your time.
All right.
Town Manager's Report. This might be so simple.
Just a couple of updates. You may recall that we have hosted the in-person absentee balloting voting over at the museum the past couple of elections. They did ask if they could move to this location in Town Hall just because of parking, the number of folks that they have, and that kind of thing. So previous council had said okay to that. We went ahead and said, we'll go ahead and do it. They'll be starting October 20th and run for about 3 weeks up until just before the election. The pedestrian improvements, this is a pedestrian light that will be installed out front here at the intersection of Washington and Jefferson Streets. We've been working with VDOT on developing the RFP. Holly has completed that work along with VDOT, and just a couple of minor issues to work out regarding, if you had a chance to look at the RFP, it's quite detailed in terms of some of the requirements for disadvantaged business enterprises and other types of things that they have to include in their RFPs. Looks like we're just about ready, just about done with it, and we'd like to go ahead and get that out as soon as we get the final okay from VDOT. Utility relocation update. You've probably noticed all the activity up on Washington Street, kind of in front of the town police station and a little bit to the west of there. Most of that work is being done by the gas company. We think that they should be done, Columbia Gas should be done around the 10th of this month. It's taken a little bit longer than they had originally told me, but they're moving along pretty quickly now, and we think it'll be done in roughly another week or so. We did get the final invoice from Dominion. They have completed the movement of all of their utilities, and I did notice that Verizon has been back out. They were out over the weekend and today, so I think they're moving ahead again. They had been called off the project because of storm damage they had to respond to. But it does look like Verizon is back at work, and we hope that that'll get done within the next couple of weeks also. The streetscape funding update, you probably recall, some of you might not have been here when we did this, but we had to use our consulting engineer, Burgess and Nyepel, to develop the RFP for the construction of our streetscape project. That's really the next big step. We are about a month away from, we hope, this thing hitting the streets. Burgess and Nyepel, for a number of reasons, weren't able to do this piece of the work. They had changed their staffing arrangement to the point where they really couldn't handle this. So with the town's approval, they hired another firm, Rinker Design, to actually do the RFP. In the process of doing that, the actual cost of construction, which we knew was going to happen, is now a little bit higher. It's quite a bit higher than we thought it would be. One of the reasons for that is that we now have to include an almost 20% add-on for VDOT to inspect and oversee the construction work. And we didn't realize that was coming. So the total project estimate, including the preliminary engineering, is going to be almost, the cost to the town is going to be almost $800,000, $781,000. We have set aside $585,000. We do have other money available to us, and we'll be talking to the council about that at the next meeting in terms of the money that we're carrying forward. But we did want to make you aware of this. This is, we probably will need to make another amount of money available to cover our share of the cost. That amount will be spread over the next 2 years, this current budget year plus the next budget year. So we will have a number for you at the November meeting when we talk about how to deal with the money that we're bringing forward. Another potential source of money for us is VDOT has told us that there is a very strong push going on within VDOT and within the Federal Highway Administration to finish the streetscape projects that are similar to ours that have been going on for a long time and need to get wrapped up. It looks like there will be another round of funding coming forward, we hope, in the later this fall, which will be geared to those communities like us who just need to go ahead and get the project done. So we will certainly be looking for that information, and once that money becomes available, we'll be doing an application for additional grant money. Just another update, we have hired a part-time administrative assistant. She's been here a couple of days, started last week. Very, very good addition to the staff, and we're all really happy with her. I also have two very strong candidates to take over as the manager of the museum. Again, another part-time position, about 10 hours a week, but it's something that I think we really need to do. I have selected the person that I think would be the best fit for the town, and we'll be making an offer later this week to that person. And then we have been approached by a company that wants to provide nursing facilities in the area. If you look at the back of this section 5, there's a letter from the city of Manassas, not in support of this particular company per se, but in support of the need for additional beds in this area. The person who's Mr. Hedrick from Medical Facilities had approached us about supporting this, but again, the support is not for them specifically, but for the need for additional beds in this area. So we'll be working on this letter for the mayor to send out.
Okay. All right. We're going to, I think we have any land use, so we're going to appointments. Planning Commission vacancies, ARB, and appointment of the tax collector.
I make a motion, we appoint the two people, Danan and Ring, for the Planning Commission as seen in our packet.
Can we separate those, please?
People, or
People.
bodies?
We
Okay.
have,
There's actually 3 applicants for the planning commission.
actually, we got a motion for specifically for this, so.
And I'm asking if we should separate it.
I don't think it needs to be separated. There are 2 openings, we have 2 people in our packet.
We've got discussion, we got a motion, then we'll have a
There's 3
second.
people,
Do you have a second for the motion?
I'll second it.
Discussion.
There's 3 people that are interested. 1 didn't make the packet.
I'm not sure you got that.
No, I didn't. It wasn't in the packet, and I went over all the ones that were in the packet. So that's my motion.
All right. Any further discussion?
Well, what do we do about the third one that wanted to come in?
I would suggest we handle them independently of each other and vote them one at a time versus as a package.
How many spots are total are the planning commission?
2.
No, total.
5.
There's 5 total?
There's 2 to fill there and 3 on A or B.
So we can either have this motion amended, or we can vote this motion down and deal with them independently.
Any further discussion on the motion? Okay, roll call vote.
Aiken.
Aye.
Bear.
No.
Ernest.
No.
Scarborough.
Yes.
Kenworthy.
No.
No. Make a motion to appoint Bob Weir to the Planning Commission for one of the vacant positions.
Second.
Motion and second. Any discussion?
Do we need to specify which position? To the one ending 2013, if the gentleman would mind.
What are the dates? 2013 and 2014?
One is 6/30/2013, the other is 6/30/2016.
2016.
And is the amended
Please amend my motion.
agreeable by the second? I think Mr. Kenworthy said yes. Okay, any further discussion? A roll call vote, please.
Aiken.
Aye.
Bear.
Yes.
Ernest.
Yes.
Scarborough.
No.
Kenworthy.
Yes.
And Weiss.
Yes. Make a motion to appoint Ralph Ring for the vacant Planning Commission spot that would expire on 6/30/2013.
Second.
Motion has been seconded. Any discussion?
Is there any reason one over the other? Is there
Yes.
experience or something?
There is a reason.
Okay.
Would you like to share your
I would
feelings?
not.
Any further discussion? Roll call vote, please.
Aiken.
No.
Bear.
Yes.
Ernest.
Yes.
Scarborough.
No.
Kenworthy.
Yes.
And Weiss.
Yep.
All right.
Make a motion to appoint Sheila Jalbo to the vacant position on the Architectural Review Board. The term is not indicated here.
Yes, it is. Hold on.
It's a 3-year term effective ending on June 30th, 2015.
Second.
Second.
And any discussion? Roll call vote, please.
Aiken.
Aye.
Bear.
Yes.
Ernest.
Yes.
Scarborough.
Yes.
Kenworthy.
Aye.
And Weiss.
Yep.
Okay.
Make a motion to appoint the Deputy Town Clerk, Sherry Wilson, as the town tax collector for enforcement, collection, refunds, remedies, and review of the town of Haymarket taxes.
Second.
Motion's been seconded. Any discussion? Roll call vote, please.
Aiken.
Yes.
Bear.
Yes.
Ernest.
Yes.
Scarborough.
Yes.
Kenworthy.
Yes.
And Weiss.
Yep.
Okay, it looks like we still have vacancies for the ARV.
Oh, we have an issue we'd need to address first. We're not budgeted for the 2 additional spots, so unless council wants to amend the budget to put more money in that line item, we are not funded to pay for a 7-member ARV.
And how much is that?
I believe it
Depends on how many meetings
was,
they have.
Approximately.
at one meeting, it would be an additional $1,220.
And how does the council feel about that?
Not necessary.
How much?
Not necessary.
Yeah, not necessary.
No.
All the other boards have not.
I'm sorry, Dr. Nagy.
How much was that?
An additional $1,220, and that is if they only have one meeting. That wouldn't allow for,
Oh, one meeting a month?
Mhm.
Okay.
Oh, yes,
I
one
thought it
meeting a
was
month.
one meeting.
no, the ARB, yeah, they get that much.
Okay.
Okay, any other further motions? Otherwise, we'll move on. Agenda items, zoning permits, A.
Mr. Mayor, there's no further information. The applications are ready for action by the council.
Do I have a motion?
I move that the town council approves zoning permit number 20120620 for an insurance company used to be located at 14950 Washington Street, Suite 104, in accordance with Section 58-177-9 of the town code. I further move that the town council approve zoning permit number 20120627 for a hiring center used to be located at 14945 Washington Street, in accordance with Section 58-177-9 of the town code. I further move that the town council approve zoning permit number 20120629 for a bank used to be located at the 6719 Leeberry Way, in accordance with Section 58-381A of the town code.
The motion on the floor, do we have a second?
Second.
Okay, roll call vote, please. Discussion, sorry.
The motion is for a Washington Street address, however, the permit says they're moving from a, correction, I read that backwards. I take my comment back, I'm sorry. Relocating from Jefferson to Washington. I thought it was from Jefferson, from Washington to Jefferson. Sorry about that.
Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay. B, Hopefish House.
We are coming down to the wire here as far as getting the renovations done on both houses. I'm confident now that we will have to go over the budget for the Hopefish House. As you recall, the council approved $150,000 for the Hopefish House, $200,000 for the old post office. The Hopefish House is going to be over now, it looks to me like around $15,000. I'm pretty confident in that number. Part of the issue is that there are actually two houses over here, and the outbuilding, we have to do some repairs, and we're getting ready to put a new roof on that. So I think my request is that we council allow me to move some money from the old post office budget, which the old post office, that budget looks like it's very strong. It looks like we'll come in well below the $200,000 budget. So what I'd like to do is staying within the total of $350,000, move 15 from the old post office, making that now $185,000 budget. Move that to the Hopefish House, which would now make that $165,000 budget.
Okay. And do I have a motion?
I'll make that motion. Reallocate it from one project to the next, from the post office to the Hopefish House.
Second.
Motion's in second. Discussion. Seeing no discussion, roll call vote, please.
Yes. Bear.
Yes.
Harnes.
Yes.
Scarborough.
Yes.
Fenway.
Yeah.
And Tobias.
Nope.
Okay. We have Alexander's Keep, final site plan with the recommendation.
Mr. Mayor, one revision to be noted. You'll notice in the draft motions for this item, it has a blank after the label for the amended final site plan. That should be 2012-0720. There are no other changes. We are recommending approval.
Do I have a motion?
I move that the town council approve the amended final site plan AF SP number 20120720, subdivision site plan, revision 2, Alexander's Keep, sheet 21 of 24, prepared by Burgess and Nyepel and dated September 5th, 2006, revised through June 20th, 2012, signed and sealed July 20th, 2012, in accordance with Section 58.510 of the Town Code.
Second.
Motion's been second. Any discussion? All right, roll call vote, please.
Aiken.
Yes.
Bear.
Yes.
Arnest.
Yes.
Scarborough.
Yes.
Kenworthy.
None.
Rice.
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you. Item E, Town Hall Master Plan Proposals. Mr. Swearingen.
As you recall, we had 5 responses to the master plan. Holly, Marchant, and I met and went through all of the proposals, and we ranked them and came up with 3, again, in no particular order. Anderson Associates, Burgess and Nyepel, and J2E are we felt were the top 3 proposals. We'd like to move ahead with the selection. One option would be to have the council, a combination of council and staff committee hold the interviews and make a recommendation to the full council at the next council meeting. I'm also prepared to have the staff do the interviews and bring a recommendation to the council. So we can do it either way, whatever the council's pleasure.
Okay. Any consideration or thoughts on this?
Who wants to volunteer to be on the committee? Not it.
Mr. Kenworthy, your thoughts?
Yeah, who volunteered?
Gene, I think we've got a
I'll
consensus.
volunteer.
I was going to say, I have a consensus that it sounds like we could put it off to the staff to make their recommendation then.
That also works.
Yeah.
I'm happy to do that. We'll come back.
Just make that a directive.
We'll be back at the September meeting with a lot of details and our recommendation.
Great.
Awesome.
Okay. And moving on to the spending policy.
Over the past couple of months, we've had some issues come up regarding one of the issues was the air conditioner in this building, and of course we had the issue of the flood in the town hall, where we had to, in an emergency situation, spend some money that had not been approved by the council. In talking with the liaison, Mr. Tobias, we decided that we needed to make a small amendment to the existing spending policy that would give the town manager some authority in an emergency situation, and with the mayor's consent, some authority to act in an emergency to spend money. The current policy really has worked well, and I'm only making a small change to that policy. Just for your information, I have also attached the adoption, appropriation, and reporting of the annual operating budget, which is another part of our spending policy or our financial policy. We also will be looking at some other policies. We're looking at possibly some reserve policies or other policies that might impact the way we handle our finances. So this most recent one now would be the spending policy, which would give me the authority to purchase up to $2,500, and this would include the review and expenditure of public safety purchases, with at least one acceptable estimate, between $2,500 and $10,000, 3 estimates approved by me and then presented to the town council for final approval. And then anything over 10,000, we would go through, really these last two are what we do now. We go through develop a bid package, advertise, receive formal bids, and have the council review and approve. One of the things that I have looked at, and we have done on occasion, but with mixed results, but I'd like to look into it a little more, is the ability to establish maintenance contracts, especially in areas like our heating and air conditioning system, where we know that we have somebody who's going to be here as soon as we call them. So I'm asking for the authority to go ahead and look into that. And then the exception to this spending policy is in instances of failure of equipment or damage to town-owned property. I would have the authority to spend up to $15,000 with the mayor's approval and knowledge for needed repairs that may exceed the budget or appropriated line item amounts. We would always bring that information back to the council. I'm calling it for approval after the fact, but we have in fact done that on previous emergency expenditures. So the council would always have the ability to see what has been done and approve it.
Okay. Do I have a motion?
Motion to approve the policy regarding the expenditure of town funds dated 8/6/2012 as presented by the town manager.
Second.
Any discussion? Roll call vote, please.
Aiken.
Aye.
Bear.
Yes.
Ernest.
Yes.
Carla.
Yes.
Emery. Weiss.
Yep.
All right. As promised, I'll give another opportunity for citizens' time. If anybody would like to address the council before we go into executive session. All right. Lisa, you need to bring us into executive session.
Which one do you want to do first? I'd rather someone else motion for the town attorney.
Probably should just go ahead and do that one first.
Okay.
Make a motion to move into executive session to discuss section 2.2 under the guidelines of point 2.2-3711A1 personal matters specifically relating to the position of town attorney for discussion, consideration, or interviews of prospective candidates for employment, assignment, appointment, promotion, performance, demotion, salaries, disciplining, or resignation of specific public officers, appointees, or employees of a public body, and evaluation of the performance of departments or schools or public institutions of higher education, where such evaluation will necessarily involve discussion of the performance of specific individuals.
I need a
I'm not
second.
really sure why we're going into executive session first.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay.
For the record, for the record selection, I'm accusing myself from that closed session.
Okay.
Doing it out 3 times.
I wasn't in this.
August 27th, roughly 45 minutes per, if necessary.
It could be later. It's all together. Personnel, we need Kathy certified.
Can she certify from back there so she doesn't have to walk all the way back up here?
I would have no problem with that.
Okay.
Okay, we'll call this meeting back to order. Lisa, you want to bring us back into...
Jennifer has to. Jennifer, would you certify us, please?
Yes.
Can we just do the abbreviated version? Do each of us certify that the only thing we talked about
The only
was...
items discussed in the closed session were those noted in the motion.
Sorry.
And you're...
Aiken.
Yes.
Bear. Yes. Yes.
Yes.
Scarborough.
Yes.
Kenworthy. Tobias.
Yep.
There we go. And
You want to
let's...
go in the next one?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. I now move to go into closed session for 3 different items under 223711. A7 would be the streetscape project, consultation with legal counsel, briefing by staff members, or consultations pertaining to actual litigation. Under 223711A3, tenant lease agreements, discussion or consideration, acquisition of real property for a public purpose or the disposition of publicly held real property. And also 223711A1, personnel matters relating to the town manager staff, and chief of police, discussion, consideration, interview of prospective candidates for employment, assignment, appointment, promotion, performance, demotion, salaries, discipline, or resignation of specific public officers, appointees, or employees of any public body.
So moved.
Do we have a second?
Second.
All right. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All right.
No opposed. Okay. Executive.
Directive.
Directive.
Direct staff for the zoning determination to send that to Haymarket Baptist.
Right. Any other thoughts there? No? All right. Appropriations.
You want to explain the Washington Street enhancement project?
Yeah, you may recall when we first decided that we were going to have to go through the condemnation procedure to get certain of the property owners, certain of the rights-of-way and easements that we needed for the streetscape project. We went ahead and moved through that process, but even though we had put money with the courts equal to the appraisal for each of the property owners, we still can continue to negotiate, which is part of what we've been doing. And as part of that negotiation, this property owner has now agreed to come back and settle, actually for less than we had originally offered. We had an appraised amount of $7,900, which we put with the courts. She's agreed to total property settlement of $10,000, so it is our recommendation that we accept that and that we go ahead and take $2,100 from the streetscape expenditure line item to pay the $2,100, and that would settle this particular piece of property for us.
Okay. Do I have a motion?
I'll second it.
I'm losing my voice.
Yes. Yeah, that Jen. Could you expend $2,100? Okay, great. Any discussion?
Where are we taking the money from?
Streetscape.
I'm recommending streetscape expenditures.
Just whether it's part of the motion versus I just make the motion.
Yeah.
And roll call vote, please.
Aiken.
Yes.
Bear.
Yes.
Harness.
Yes.
Scarborough. Yes. Price.
Yep.
Great. Item B, salary increases, we're going to table till our next meeting. Councilmember Kine. Start with Kat.
I have nothing.
Rebecca?
Just want to remind everyone, tomorrow night is our police department's national night out on the police department lawn. Everyone try to come by and see our police department.
Kenworthy? No. Mr. Kenworthy?
Is there only one police night out in the town this tomorrow night?
It's the only one I'm aware of. Except other communities having.
Most jurisdictions have.
Pardon?
Most jurisdictions have them across.
Yeah, I know that, but there was rumors going on, there was only two of them. I just wanted to clear it up.
Mr. Aiken? Nope. Mr. Tobias?
Gene had asked for some slight changes and some moving some money away from the general reserve fund, which is currently at $70,069. Number one is the budget did not include a communications line item for the museum, and now that we are making an offer to an employee to come staff the museum, it would probably be nice if they had communication systems. So That's one of the allocations that he'd like to see us make a change for tonight. He'd recommend pulling $1,500 out of the $70,000 general reserve and moving it over to the museum communications line item. In addition, there are some small repairs and things that need to be done to the repairs and maintenance for town center property line item. He'd like to see us move $5,000 over there. And in addition, and the reason why that was not funded is because the council previously decided that they were going to wait to see what the budget carryover was prior to funding that with a budget amendment in September. And thirdly, apparently there's been some interest amongst some of us who sit up here to attend the annual VML conference to be held somewhere, I assume, in the state of Virginia. And he would like an allocation of $5,000 to the training and education line item so that council members can make reservations and can attend that. So that would be a total of $11,500 to be removed from the general reserve into museum communications for $15,000, repairs and maintenance of town center property for $5,000, and training and education for $5,000. So if you would type that all nicely in the form of a motion, Jim, I will make it.
And do we have a second?
Second.
Take Rebecca second. Any discussion? Seeing none, roll call vote, please.
Aiken.
Yes.
Bear.
Yes.
Harness.
Yes.
Carver. Yes. Kenworthy. Tobias.
Yes. Secondly, there's been some discussion amongst council members as to perhaps we need to reinstate a liaison position that previously was in existence, and that was a liaison from the council to the police department. And so I'd like the council to consider that so that we can discuss it at the September meeting.
We'll put that on the agenda. Any other discussion?
Not at this time.
Okay, great. We have a motion to adjourn?
Motion to adjourn. Second.
Thank you all for your time.